the first time that I've seen him since SummerSlam, so I thought it was kind of inevitable that he didn't like.
Hey, it's the red carpet ring. Well, I'm sorry, it's the toxic rain scandal. Excuse me. This is the toxic rain scandal. This is the locker room. Let me turn the music on. We got a good one for tonight. Good one. And we're going to talk about Samantha Irvin, guys. Yes. So we're going to talk about something good today. Thing about it is, guys, this going to be on a simulcast on this channel here and also on the new channel I have, which I'm simulcasting with. It is called Pink Square Circle. It is a wrestling channel, another wrestling channel that's dedicated to women's wrestling. If you guys want to check it out, it's a brand new channel I started a couple weeks ago. I post only women's related content, which is current women's wrestling and past wrestling as well. So if you guys want to check it out, just let you guys know, this is the name of the channel, called Pink Square Circle. So that is the second channel I'm simulcasting on this evening. So check that out, guys. It's very, very informative content, and I will keep uploading on that channel on a regular basis, as well as I do here on Toss Ring Scandal and the other channel, Red Carpet Rain. So just want to, do a little advertise, let people know. I did some of my community posts about it, but definitely check that channel out. And I'm here on Pink Square Circle and Toss Ring Scandal and also on X. And we're going to talk about Samantha Irvin. And the main agenda is, will Samantha leave WWE with her fiance? That is the main concept here. So that's the thing. Will she leave? Will she stay? That's what people want to know. And a lot of eyebrows have been raised because we know that Samantha Irvin, she's been with WWE since 2021. We know that she's a great announcer. We know that we know about that. We know everything's going to be good with her. She's been putting good work. So, like I said, Samantha Irvin, that is the main topic today. Now, I know I'm going to talk about Ricochet as well. I talked about him on my other channel, Red Carpet Rain, but I will also bring that to the Toss Rain Scandal. But this particular one, I touched a little bit about Ricochet, but I would mainly talk about Samantha Irvin, guys. We're at the locker room. We're going to air some dirty laundry, also Pink Square Circle. So get a seat because we definitely going to air a lot of stuff there because it could be a possibility that we do not keep her. Will it be a travesty? Yes. Of course, she's one of the best we ever seen. So let's not get it twisted. Despite what I feel about her, despite her being a model woman, thirst trapping, she is great at what she does. I can't take that away from her, and I never ever will. So let's keep that. We just to put that on the notice for that. I am not no hater or none. I will always give people their due, especially on Pink Square Circle, the new channel. But Samantha's a great announcer, like I said before. She puts in the work. She does what she has to do to get the job done, and she always entertains the fans. Also, what I like about Samantha too, she has her own style, her own distinctive style of how she announces. So she's definitely unique. We haven't seen a great announcer of Samantha Irvin since Miss Lillian Garcia. So I'm giving her due, no doubt about that. And like I said, she's good. I like Samantha Irvin, but unfortunately, due to the whole thing with Ricochet, could be a possibility, could be, that she is out of WWE. And that's one thing despite what I feel about Samantha, how she carries herself outside of the ring, she still is a great talent. She still holds value to the WWE fans. I cannot take that away from her. And I'm gonna give her flowers right now because she definitely deserves her due, her credit. Do that to her now. So yes, Samantha definitely deserves all the hard work that she's done. She definitely deserves it all. Now, I did a little backstory about her before. I talked about how she was on the competition shows, America's Got Talent, and others, and etc., etc. But I will, like I said, give her credit. We do remember that she was on, she's before Raw, she was on NXT, and of course SmackDown. We have to give her credit there too. But other than that though, let's see who came into the locker room tonight, who came in, who want to hear who's interested in hearing more about Miss Samantha Irvin. Let's see who came in. All right. DDE, salute to you. Appreciate you coming out, man. Appreciate your support. Figure 4 TV. DDE said, I hope she don't leave WWE. Say what you want about it, but she can't to her fact. Yeah, she's definitely a great announcer. Matter of fact, you're right. She is great. We have to respect the fact she's still by her man, but they're not leaving. They're going on vacation like Seth and Becky. Figure 4 TV is saying some good stuff. Whopper says she out. Ah, that's what we're here to talk about. Whopper, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Is she out? That's what we're trying to figure out. That's what this whole live stream is about. Will Samantha leave WWE Fiancée? I'm gonna get more into that. So stay tuned. Terrence Little, welcome to the ring, said good night, my love. Katie said got. Okay. All right. So we got a few people chiming into the locker room. Hit the like, subscribe button as you come in on this channel and the other channel as well. Let's not forget about that. Hit the like, subscribe. Other than that, though, with Samantha Irvin, like I said before, we know that she's put in the work. We know that she is didn't just come here on a red carpet, laid out for. She definitely had to do what she had to do to get into WWE. I know she was discovered by Mark Henry, the world's strongest man. We know all of that, and we're aware of all of that. Thing about it is, despite all that, she still had to do what she had to do to earn her name. And like I said, that's why I just gave her respect to her name just a couple minutes ago, because it's much, much needed by her to give her respect. But let's not forget, like I said before, she started on NXT. So when she was on NXT, she was there for what? I think she was there for a little while, maybe a couple years. And I know she eventually made her way to the main roster. And that's actually when people started to, she started to get more buzz there while she was in NXT. So we know that she was there. She announced she was in some big spots there. Like I said, she did not go there. Her work was not unnoticed at all. Now, I know she originally auditioned at the WWE PC Notes Performance Center, but it didn't work out. But she was hired at 21. She was actually on 205 Live. And then she did NXT. And then as of January 2022, she went, which I remember, she went to become the announcer for SmackDown. But I do remember her being on NXT, and she definitely did her thing there. I think she's there for maybe a year or so, but definitely got to give her credit there where credit is due. But she's definitely done earn the work. Like I said, she's a great announcer. She has a great voice. She said in interviews that she remembers the weight, the hometown, and people's names and everything. So she takes pride in what she does, all the hard work that Samantha does. Her real name Samantha Johnson. I know also she's known for doing Chelsea Green. She's known for fame and stuff like that. And also when she announced the bloodline and Roman Reigns. She's very, very good. And remember, she did recently just announce the very distinctive announcement of how she announced Cody Rhodes winning the WWE Championship at WrestleMania 40 against the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns, if you guys remember. If you guys remember that was a great way she did that. Definitely great. So that's the crazy part about it. I like how she does her announcements. She's definitely unique with it, and I love how she does, everything. But she definitely is good, and there's no doubt about it. The thing about it is, if Ricochet, we know Ricochet, there are rumors floating around. This is the part where I mentioned Ricochet a little bit. If he goes to AEW, there is possibility that Samantha may walk with him. Let's call it what it is. She's going to stand by her man. She's going to go wherever Ricochet goes. If he goes to AEW, she's going to leave WWE. He stays, she stays. Now, that's a possibility Ricochet may stay with WWE. If so, then Samantha will be here to stay in WWE. If not, she's out. If we see this and it's official, then Samantha's gone. There's no ifs, ands, buts, and maybes. I can't see her sticking around if Ricochet is gone. I just don't see it happening. Despite her popularity, I can't really see that happening with her. But like I said, the last time we saw Samantha Irvin, she was involved in the Ricochet angle where he was attacked by Braun Breaker on Monday Night Raw. He threw him against the trailer, and then he suplexed him through the car when the window broke, and had to get announcers out. She ran out from the ring to the arena in the back to keep an eye on her man. Much respect for doing that. If you guys remember how they wrote Ricochet off TV. So yes, this is the last time we saw Samantha Irvin, which is on Monday Night Raw, and it's a good possibility that we may not see her again if Ricochet does not re-sign a contract with the WWE. So we got to keep that in mind. We may not see her again. But if so, it's been nice knowing Samantha. Great run. But she just holds a lot of value. Ricochet been in WWE since 2018. And like I said, we see a thank you Ricochet. Also, again, we don't see Samantha sticking around much longer. Like I said, great face, very attractive woman, has a very distinctive voice. She has it all. So everyone does it. Very likable in WWE for what I've heard. Very likable. So we can't ignore that at all, because she is a likable person. So I'm glad that they're doing that with her, because she deserves all the credit that she does. And I wish there was more credit. I wish there was more credit for Samantha that she will earn. I'm pretty sure she will get that down the line. Definitely down the line. So I can't wait to see what more I have in store for her. Hold the phone. We got a super chat at Toxic Rain Scandal, of course, not Pink Square Circle, not yet. Let's highlight the comment in this to Figure 4 TV. He says in his message, salute and thank you. Subscribe if you like old school wrestling. And he's talking about his channel, Figure 4 TV, another wrestling channel. This channel covers the golden age of professional wrestling, whether it's the WWE, WCW, AWA, New Japan, Smoky Mountain Wrestling, ECW, whatever you want to call it. He covered most of the golden age era. So Check that out. Very good channel. What would you like to hear? Figure 4 TV, and you said open mic night. No problem at all. Thank you again. We're gonna play that for you. This is open mic night. For you guys don't know.
Who the hell told you tonight was open mic night, bitch?
Thank you, Figure 4 TV. See what else you guys say. Z Factor, welcome to the locker room. You said Samantha got a manly voice. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. Then you said hello, Samantha Irvin. Are you trolling, man? It's not like you being the TROLL. Nameless said, I would like a single meal with sky slices on the side. I'm sure you will. Other than that, guys, there are interviews with Samantha Irvin where she talks about, her come up to WWE, her background, everything. So there will be interviews I will play, as I always do here at the locker room, and also we'll do also at Pink Square Circle. So, but also think about Samantha as well. If her and Ricochet do decide to re-sign with WWE, they will get huge contracts. They will get a big payoff due to them, their popularity. And it may be a package deal, so keep an eye out for that as well. Yep, so let's check it out here, guys. We got Samantha Irvin. She is on Not Sam Wrestling, and then we'll also do another one, as DJ Khaled say, and her will be on with Chris Van Fleet. But first, we'll do Not Sam Wrestling. Then I will do a reaction afterwards. So let's get that going right now. Like, subscribe, keep the notification bell on.
Ladies and gentlemen, this time I'm going to do it a different way. Samantha Irvin. Wow, thank you. Sit down, make yourself comfortable. You want the mic in the stand, take the mic out of the stand. Whatever you want to do. Well, welcome, Samantha. Thank you for being here.
What an introduction. Thank you so much.
Two. I did one like Chelsea and one. I was trying to figure out how to do it like Gunther, but I don't really think I nailed. I mean, the emotion that you put into it. It's very difficult.
Oh, well, thank you. You know, if this was theater, that's like your worst nightmare. They're calling your name and you don't come out.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So what goes into it? I mean, I feel like, there's only a handful of ring announcers that end up developing kind of their own personalities and followings, right? Like, I mean, everybody loves the Fink. We all love, Howard Finkel, GOAT.
Yep.
In my mind.
Yes.
I think Tony Chimmel did a lot for himself with that Rated R Superstar intro.
Of course.
Yeah. But I mean, you have added character elements to so many of your introductions. Was that something that you just started doing? Or did somebody go, hey, you have a pretty well-trained voice. Why don't you mess around with this?
Well, it kind of both, because I would have done any job in WWE. Like, I did the tryout, like the wrestler tryout. I'm not
Really?
Yeah. So,
because I was going to joke, even wrestle, but you're like, yeah.
I can't wrestle. Okay. I proved.
Yes, that's true. Samantha originally tried out WWE by actually being a professional wrestler before she went to go announcing. That is interesting, but let's continue on.
Proved it to them. But they appreciated that I gave it a try. That was my way in the door. And then I ended up doing backstage interviews on NXT, ring announcing 205. So I wasn't really sure where I was going to end up. But who started it? The person that started it for me was Tony D'Angelo.
Oh, give it up.
Tony D'Angelo. Because I'm like, I can't just say Tony D'Angelo.
Right.
He's Tony D'Angelo. And everybody was doing it. And yeah, so that kind of got my wheels spinning of like, I can kind of do that for a lot of people.
Right.
Yeah. And then you think, why am I here? Like, I'm a singer, I'm an actress, I'm a goofball, I'm a huge fan. Like, why am I here? Well, I'm just gonna go for it.
That is such a wild thing that you go in, you try out for something, maybe you don't get the thing that you wanted to do, and then you end up over here and you've carved out this niche for yourself that you were never intending to be a part of.
Well, thank you. I didn't, honestly, when they said ring announce, the first thing I thought, obviously, Lillian Garcia.
Yes, give it up for Lillian Garcia.
So Lillian, who I love, I always used to tell people, like, I'll be Lillian Garcia. Like, I didn't say I'd ring announce. I said, oh, yeah, I'll be Lillian Garcia one day.
Be her.
Like, that's the role. Lillian Garcia is the role. So I wanted to remind, as a fan, I wanted to remind everyone of Howard and Lillian. And now all the fans do is remind me that I'm not Howard and Lillian. Like, you ain't Howard. You ain't Lillian. I'm like, I know.
Who do you think you are?
Just trying to do my job.
Yeah. I think people are surprised to find out what a big WWE fan you are, that you grew up a WWE fan.
Oh yeah, should I even say?
Go ahead.
I mean, I don't want to lose my job.
Mm-hmm.
You got to play it cool when you're around these people. You got to play it cool.
Can't walk around like a Mizark.
That's the only reason that I ended up going this path. The pandemic happened. I was doing a bunch of theater and everything closed. I was tweeting, talking my smack about wrestling, and Mark Henry, he found me basically. And he was like, you want to be in WWE? Like, I could get you a tryout. I was like, whatever I can do, absolutely 100%.
So were you an athlete at all, or
no?
You just went for it?
I am not, no way. I'm not an athlete. I was the only non-athlete in the tryout. I was the oldest girl in the tryout, the only mom in the tryout. It was terrible.
Yeah. I may be older than you and a parent, but I'm not an athlete.
Listen, it was trash. It was trash, but I finished it, and that's what matters.
Yeah, were you like, did it kill you? Were you like exhausted by it?
I was disgusted, obviously. By day one, I was looking at everyone like, we're really gonna go back and do more? There was 2 days to the tryout. So the second day I was trying to pull the fire alarm. I was trying to round up the girls and see, like, we don't have to do this. Like, if we all stick together.
You're trying to start a revolution.
Yeah.
You're like, we just won't hire any of you.
They should have listened to me.
You're right. No, you're right.
But I finished it, and that's what matters, that I completed it. And actually one girl, she like dislocated her arm like right before the last time we had to like run the ropes, and I was like, thank God she dislocated her arm. You know what I'm saying? She's fine now, though.
Who was it, like, wrestling wise? Who was it that you looked at going, oh yeah, that's kind of, because even if you didn't have it in your head, I'm going to be a wrestler at some point, when Mark Henry's like, you're going to get a tryout, you got to think to yourself, I got to wrestle like somebody, right?
It's the weirdest feeling, because I think that I'd be like Angelo Dawkins if I was going to be like anybody. He's my favorite. That's what I would want to try to be like.
Right.
But I honestly was hoping that they wouldn't hire me for that.
You just wanted to get in doing something.
Because I knew if they did, I'm a wrestler now. Great. Now it's going to be really hard. I'm going to put my all into it. And so I was just glad that they were like, no, we can't.
Yeah, no.
That's not going to happen.
No.
So yeah, that was good. But I also know how it works. I know how, my passion and everything. I just wanted them to see how much I love it, how much I care. I'm an entertainer. And luckily it worked out. But like I said, I would have done anything they asked me to do.
How did you become a wrestling fan?
My dad.
Yeah.
My dad is Irvin. He's the original Irv. So I grew up. I mean, it's probably the first show I ever watched on TV is wrestling. And it's been very consistent in my house to this day. I have younger brothers who are obsessed. We're all a huge wrestling family.
They're still obsessed.
Still obsessed.
So that's my favorite.
Yes,
they're still obsessed. They're still as big fans.
Still, the day of my tryout, that first day, I got in the car, I called them, and I cried. I just couldn't believe that I was in the PC, that I was in the ring. Jerry Briscoe was back there watching. HBK walked in, and I was just, the emotions were crazy, and they hyped me up the entire way. My brothers are a big part of my confidence and my ideas. Yeah,
have you always been this confident? Because that takes a lot of confidence to just go into a wrestling tryout as a non-athlete.
I am not confident at all.
No,
I was back there like, oh my God, I'm so nervous to go out there. Like I was. I'm not confident at all. But I believe that there's a reason why they gave me the microphone, and I'm always going to do my absolute best, no matter how much anxiety I have, which is a lot.
So okay, so that's important for people to know. I think that when you're trying out these new ways to introduce people, the anxiety is high.
Oh yeah,
It is.
Oh my gosh, and I think about it so much, so much. I give it way more thought than I probably should.
How do you are you at home? Are you in the car going like Chelsea? Like
Chelsea. Man, Chelsea Green, that definitely evolved.
Or are you in the moment going, I'm gonna do it?
It depends. It really depends. Like if I know that someone's debuting, or if I know there's a big match, like I will try to think, or when someone wins a title, I try not to say the title's the same way. So since I've been there, we've had 3 different undisputed tag team champions. Each one, you know, the Usos are undisputed. You know, the Sammy and Kevin are undisputed. You know, so everybody has their own.
That's awesome.
Thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's ever been a ring announcer like that. Like I like when wrestlers do like little things, have either little details in their match or little details in their gear or just something for the people really paying attention.
Yeah.
But you're doing that, and I'm sure that the guys and girls really like it because you're doing it based on their characters, which if done effectively is going to push their character forward, right?
Yes, that's been the most rewarding part, is when one of the superstars comes to me and says, I love what you did, can you give me more of that? Or yeah, thank you for just being excited. And that helps me get through my nerves too, because I'm so freaking nervous every time I'm standing in the ring.
Still now?
I'm nervous right now, yes.
Wow.
I'm always because you don't want anything to go wrong, and you want to do a good job, and it's an important moment. And I look at whoever the superstars are, and I think, no, this is for them. They're more nervous than me. This is for them, and that gives me more like strength and confidence.
Ring announcing is also the only job on the broadcast side where there is that moment, especially for the big matches, the Roman Reigns matches.
Yes.
You're on at WrestleMania.
Yep.
Camera's on you. The 2 biggest superstars in the company are on either side of you, and you're gonna let the audience know it's time for this match.
Yep. And Paul Heyman's here, looking at me like this. Yeah.
Yeah, because that way, even with a microphone, you're like, you don't understand. It's really tough to talk into a microphone. And Heyman's like, yeah. Is it?
Yeah.
That's gotta be. I mean, does the amount of nerves change per match like that, or is it just kind of an overall? This all feels the same. Because that's what I was thinking, right? When I look at like you, especially those championship intros with the spotlights on, WrestleMania.
Oh, my favorite ones. No, I'm always like, guys, I feel like the show's going over. We might not be able to fit in that announcement today.
You should probably do this from the outside.
Yeah,
no,
I need to sit over there.
Yeah, and of course, no note cards, no nothing.
No.
Like, do you have moments?
Man, y'all are learning that I'm not confident at all. They're like, she don't believe in herself. We were wrong about her.
Yeah, which was the opposite. Because the way you present yourself, I'm like, maybe she could tell us how to be confident about ourselves. No, she's lying.
Oops. Fake it till you make it. No, it's the superstars. I get everything from the superstars. I get the ideas from the superstars, the strength, the confidence, the excitement. Every single thing is about and for the superstars. And I mean that.
Do you have moments where you blank? Or like right before you say it, you go, oh, I hope I remembered that Roman Reigns is from Pensacola, Florida.
Always.
Yeah.
Always. Because when you're up there, you're like, there's certain things that are muscle memory, and that's a good thing and a bad thing, because things change all the time. You know what I mean? So you're used to announcing something a certain way, and then it changes. Like we made Gunther the ring general. I didn't used to say that. Then we added it in. So I'm like, okay, that kind of switches, you know. But man, that WrestleMania moment, Roman and Cody, easily, hands down, the most effort I probably put into any single thing ever. Like I almost passed out after I was done saying Roman Reigns' name.
I mean, and you should, right? Because like
WrestleMania, damn, it's the tribal chief.
Exactly, and I think sometimes people don't realize. Realize like so much work has been put into this moment.
Yes.
So many people have put so much work into telling a story that was so strong
Yeah.
We're almost a year later, and people are still pissed that Cody didn't finish it.
No, for real.
But
Cody's doing good though.
He's doing great.
He seems fine.
He seems all right.
Yeah.
He's brought up the story a couple times, but he's good.
He seems okay.
He's good. I think he's okay. And you know what? I'm gonna tell you something about Cody Rhodes. He's gonna be fine.
He's gonna be.
He's gonna be just
through.
fine. But like, so much time has been put into that, so much effort, so much money, and so many people have done it.
Yeah.
And now it's like we're one moment away
Yep.
from it actually happening. Here's the ball.
Yeah. Yes. And I say, think about how many times during a day you're like, hey, sorry, that was weird. Like, what if that happened? Right then and there. And that's what I think, especially being a vocalist. I just want everything to sound exactly the way I hear it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where the stress and the pressure comes in. It's my own thing. I made it all up. I don't have to say it like that.
But now you do.
But now I do.
You started it.
I started it, and it's too late now. I can't just be like, oh, and now Roman Reigns. You guys will be like, no, we won't accept that.
Yeah, that's not what we came
Yeah.
here for. No. So Royal Rumble is tomorrow. You have to read the rules?
Oh, goodness. Let me think. Yes, I probably will.
Yeah, because I've been going back and watching old Royal Rumble matches, as one does this time of year.
Yes.
And the rules have evolved over time, but they don't get less, they get more.
No, they do. They
Right.
get more intricate
Mm-hmm.
because you need to, both feet hitting the floor.
Right.
Little things like that you have to make sure you say.
Right.
Those are my least favorite. Royal Rumble is my favorite PLE to watch,
Yes.
but those rules, terrible. Money in the Bank, terrible. War Games, terrible. Yeah, it's a
fun to
lot.
say. Was that pressure though when you had to say War Games? Because
Well, yeah,
William
'cause
Regal had,
yeah, of
made
course.
such a thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't like the sound of my own voice either.
What?
Let's really talk about this.
Yeah, we gotta
Okay?
break some
I
things
suck.
down.
I don't like my voice. No, it's hard listening back to yourself. I'm like, oh my God, that was trash.
Wow.
But I also try not to listen to it. It's about the moment.
Yes.
It's about the feeling of the moment. And when the War Games begin, it's an intense moment.
Yes. And the moments, I mean, come on. Does she pull off the moments? That's what I thought.
Thank you, guys.
That's what I thought. So you said HBK walked into your tryout.
Yes, he did.
Were you a fan growing up?
That's my ex.
Watch live and local news on a variety.
Because when I was 7, you
Right.
couldn't tell me that was not my man. When I was 7, that was my man.
That was your guy.
That was my guy.
This is the Sean who had the red T-shirt where he was hanging out of the heart, going like this.
Yeah, and who was that girl that one time he brought in the ring with this heart? Remember? Do you remember that? And he was like, dude, and she was on her shoulders. I said, who is that? Pamela Anderson came out with him that one time.
Who is that?
I'm like, what is this?
Yeah, no, I get it. So you were an HBK fan growing up?
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
The
Shawn
posters
Michaels,
and everything.
Everything. Scrapbooks, all of it.
Scrapbooks. You had Shawn
Yes.
Michaels scrapbooks?
Yeah, multiple. Yes.
Do you still have them?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Wow.
And I want to keep my job.
Okay,
So.
because by the way, the next live Not Sam Wrestling podcast, you and Shawn Michaels are gonna look at some
No,
scrapbooks.
I think he knows. He don't want nothing to do with me. We don't
Oh,
talk that
really?
much. I think he knows. He's like, oh, hey, how are you? I'm like, okay. I moved up so quick from NXT.
Yeah.
I wasn't there
No,
long.
she's ready.
They
She's
said,
ready now.
She's ready. She's ready.
now.
Bring her up. Get her out of the PC.
She keeps taking Polaroids.
Woo!
Yeah. So did you have a favorite Shawn Michaels match growing up? Or was it just the sort of entity that he was?
I always drop the Royal Rumbles, 95 and 96
Sure.
are my favorites. Royal Rumble 96 specifically. And his whole run of 1996. So Royal Rumble, WrestleMania 12.
The boyhood dream finally coming true.
Yeah, all of that.
You were
Every
with that.
match of that year I watched over and over and over and over and over again. SummerSlam with Vader, Psycho Sid. Blah.
You must have gotten real upset when he hit Jose Lothario with that camera.
I know, don't play Jose like that.
I know.
Just terrible.
This guy's a legend.
Just terrible.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible guy, Sid. Terrible guy.
Really.
But he got what was coming to him.
Well,
Shawn
yeah.
got his title back.
Look, Jim Cornette doesn't like me.
Jim Cornette does not like you.
I shouldn't have said that.
No, probably not. He does not like you?
That's what I've heard.
Oh.
But it's his fault that I'm this way. I think he thinks that I'm too much. That's what I've heard. But I grew up watching him. I blame him fully.
I mean, Jim Cornette was a lot.
He was a lot. And now I'm a lot. And I grew up watching him. So it's absolutely his fault.
Yeah, he had that tennis racket, the bright jackets
Screaming
and
all the
everything.
time.
Screaming all the time.
All the time.
Right.
Yep.
You're putting on a show.
Yep.
That's what this is. It's show business.
It's showbiz.
I get it. So you were a wrestling fan growing up the whole time?
I've been a wrestling fan the whole entire time. That's really, again, like, that's how it happened. I always hoped that in my music and my performing that I would go out and put out an album or do a movie or something and then, like, come back, you know, like, be on my Bad Bunny.
Yeah.
So I didn't imagine that it would be this way, but it's perfect. I wouldn't change it for anything. I'm so proud that this is the way. I mean, I've been singing and performing for a long, long time, and it just feels like nothing fully stuck as much as this has stuck. So I'm proud that this is how people know me. I'm in the WWE. I will always rep WWE all the time because I always have, even when I was a kid.
You know what I just realized? The girlhood dream has finally come true.
The girlhood
Give it up for the girlhood dream one time.
Let's go.
That's amazing. And it is an amazing thing about being a wrestling fan that, like, of course you have other dreams and other pursuits and other passions, but you do, if you're a real wrestling nerd, there's always something in the back of your mind that goes, and maybe this goes back to wrestling.
Yeah.
Right?
Wrestling has helped me through every other facet of my career.
Really?
Yes.
How so?
I mean, I can use America's Got Talent as an example because I was on season 10 of that show. I made it to the semifinals. So I made it through the live shows. We were at Radio City Music Hall, the whole thing. But for me, I'm just thinking like, okay, so this is how the people see me. This is like what it is. No matter what, I got my time on TV. Like I was really able to compartmentalize that and, you know, keep my character and really be focused in my attitude. Everything that I do, I'm just like, I think I'm The Rock. Like, I think I'm Stone Cold. You know what I mean? You think that you have that attitude and you have that confidence. And I'm sure all of you guys' jobs, you can think of a way that attitude and confidence has benefited you or helped you because we cooler than everybody else. You know, as wrestling fans, you walk in the room and you drop a little something to see who else in here knows a little something. Where's my people? And you find them and yeah.
Isn't that the best when somebody tells you they're a wrestling fan, you're like, okay, and then they drop something, and you're like, okay.
Exactly. Like, did you just say Ho Train?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Staying right here for the rest of this gathering.
Recordings just got better. Hey, it's Dana from StreamYard. I'm so excited to announce that local recordings are now
All right, that is Samantha Irvin. That is Samantha Irvin doing an interview with Not So Sam. She talked about how her whole come up was to wrestling. She talked about how she's a big Shawn Michaels fan, if you guys didn't know that. Also, she said that she does like hear her own voice, and that that her only event she does like to work is Royal Rumble. That's interesting to notice things about Samantha Irvin. And she says she always repped WWE even when she was a fan. So definitely, Stu came into here. West Pod, salute to you. West Pod, I appreciate that. Carl Meyer, salute to you. Welcome, man. Sherlock Holmes, welcome, man. Welcome to the locker room. Here, simulcasting. But yeah, that was her interview with Not Sam Wrestling. She also did another interview with Chris Van Fleet. And she's getting a little more depth of her upcoming. We heard how she got involved in WWE tryouts. As Samantha stated that she tried out with being a wrestler and how she said it was grueling work and how she was never an athlete. She was just basically a singer actress. Was just interesting too. Says she would like to act and come back to WWE. Is that a sign she may leave? You know, maybe she's geared towards being an actress now. Now she has a name and she got a fan base alongside being a WWE. So that remains to be seen. Only time will tell. Also, she did say she rep WWE, that she will always be WWE. Maybe that's a sign too that she is not leaving WWE. She don't want to go to another promotion, only WWE. But with that being said, let's get into the second interview. That is with Chris Van Fleet. We'll see what he has to say and what questions he's asking her. Also, and we'll see what else Miss Samantha Irvin has to say in this interview, when she go into more depth. So you guys like, subscribe, keep that notification bell on, and let's see what else Samantha had to say.
Do it and embarrass myself.
But when you watch basketball, everybody's dribbled a basketball or shot a basketball. If you watch baseball, everybody's played catch before. When you watch wrestling, not everybody, very small percentage actually, have run the ropes.
Right.
Very small percentage have taken a bump.
Right.
And it's really interesting how many people watch and can give their take on things. They really don't know what it feels like to be in there.
Yep.
You've been there.
Oh.
You've done that.
Oh, yes. And it's not, I have pictures of just my back was just covered in bruises. The second day I'm like the class clown anyway. So the second day we're all waiting for the tryout to start and I'm looking at the other ladies and I'm like, we don't have to do this. If we all get together and stand tall, we don't have to, we could pull the fire alarm. We just all need to be on the same page. And they were like, oh, because they're athletes. And everybody was jacked up from it. Everybody was. Even, the biggest, tallest basketball player that came in, she was jacked up. And the little gymnast, she was jacked up. It was tough.
So they're all laughing at you. You're like, no, I'm serious.
I'm like dead serious, guys.
Please.
I don't know what it is about my face. I'm serious.
What kind of backpack did you bring in here?
Oh, that's a little Edward Scissorhands. Yeah.
That's so fun.
Ricochet got that for me.
I feel like I need to show this. Hold on. I'm going to grab this.
Oh, yay. I do love this bag.
This is why I stopped shopping on Amazon, and you should too.
It's back! Of just my back was just covered in bruises. The second day I'm like the class clown anyway. So the second day we're all waiting for the tryout to start and I'm looking at the other ladies and I'm like, we don't have to do this. If we all get together and stand tall, we don't have to, we could pull the fire alarm. We just all need to be on the same page. And they were like, oh, because they're athletes. And everybody was jacked up from it. Everybody was. Even, the biggest, tallest basketball player that came in, she was jacked up. And the little gymnast, she was jacked up. It was tough.
But they're all laughing at you. You're like, no, I'm serious.
I'm like dead serious, guys.
Please.
I don't know what it is about my face. I'm serious.
What kind of backpack did you bring in here?
Oh, that's a little Edward Scissorhands. Yeah.
That's so fun.
Ricochet got that for me.
I feel like I need to show this. Hold on. I'm going to grab this.
Oh, yay. I do love this bag. So cute.
I'll hold it up to the camera here.
And there's different textures going on too, like his little bush sculptures.
That is so cool. Wow. We'll just leave it here for now. Oh, I see the different textures. Very cool.
Thank you. As a woman, I mean, that's what you want when you carry a bag.
I mean,
you just
look
showed
at that.
it off.
I mean,
cute.
It's pretty cool.
Yes.
Did I see you had a Beatles tattoo here?
Yep, we got the Beatles over
Whoa,
here.
what is going on here? Okay.
Uh-oh.
Oh, well, that's okay. Okay.
Yep,
Abbey
got the
Road.
Beatles, Abbey Road. Yep.
Okay.
Those are my guys.
And what was on?
Here I have Diana Ross with some flowers. I had her first and then I added the flowers later. And then I have Michael Jackson on my ankle.
So are these your biggest musical inspirations?
These are my biggest, yes. But musical, I mean, the Beatles are number one. Always will be number one for me. Michael Jackson as just a stage performer, all around entertainer, he's number one in that regard. And then Diana Ross for me, she just represents like elegance and grace and love. And just, she makes me feel a lot of very positive feelings. She's a big role model for me as well. So I'm probably going to add a few more
Okay.
Yeah.
Were these the artists you listened to when you were growing up?
Oh, yes. I'm very, very old school. So all old music all the time. Motown, Temptations, Stevie Wonder, Billy Joel, the Beatles, Queen.
Amazing.
Yeah, that's my jam.
So I don't mean to brag, but I've been sleeping so well lately. And we're talking star host with Miracle.
Like Howard Finkel, Lillian, love them. They're the sound, like they're just my childhood. Like I know their voices. I know how I felt when I listened to them. So just educating myself on what the role has been and how the fans have connected to that role in the past. That was the first real bit of advice that I got.
Have you had any conversations with Lillian?
Yes, I met Lillian. Yes,
Oh, wow.
She came to a SmackDown last year and we met, and she was like, I was nervous, and she was like, you're doing such a great job. She was like, you're really killing it. And we exchanged numbers, and I got a little mushy on her. You know, I let her know kind of, you know, like, I love you. Like, I want you to
She's
know.
so
like,
sweet.
yes. And she was just so great. She was like, hit me up anytime.
There's been a lot of comparisons
Oh,
between
yeah.
you
That's-
and Lillian Garcia.
Every day.
Yeah.
Every single day. And it makes me so proud because I dreamed of that. I dreamed that. When I saw Lillian singing the national anthem, you know, on television, a cappella live at like the saddest point in our country, at, you know, in my lifetime, I was like, wow, they're singing in wrestling. They're singing in wrestling. She's singing right now. Everybody's standing there listening to her. And I never forgot that.
When you talk about the greats like Howard Finkel, Lillian Garcia, and everybody else who has come before, those are some big shoes to fill.
Oh, yeah.
But you're doing something where you were filling those shoes, also putting your own spin on it.
Thank you.
At what point did they allow you to be you?
Well, I think that probably kind of from the beginning. I think I came in at a time where things were changing. We were in the pandemic and live audiences were starting to come back. 205 Live was turning into Level Up. NXT was turning into NXT 2.0. There were just a lot of things shifting at that time. And Michael Cole just gave me the go ahead. He was like, I want you to do your ideas, whatever your ideas are. I know this is what we always have done, but if something moves you, he's always been very supportive and given me a lot of credit. Like, you know, I know you're a performer. You have a lot of time in doing this. So he gave me his trust, and that gave me the confidence to, you know, if Michael Cole says, go ahead, you're like, all right.
Yeah.
Michael Cole said, go ahead. So yeah, it was great.
When you're announcing a superstar for the first time, you've never introduced them before. Do you have a conversation with them? Do you say, how do you hear this going?
I think, lately now I have, because now it's become something. But initially, it was just being in the PC with the new talent. I started at the same time as like Carmelo and Grayson Waller and Braun Breaker and Tony D'Angelo. We all started at the same time, kind of working on our stuff. So it was just a creative time, and they are my inspiration. So I don't always have a conversation. I don't think I actually had any conversations really until maybe like Solo Sikoa. I talked to him about his.
Okay, how's that conversation go? That's it?
He gave me the thumbs up when he liked it.
If Solo is putting the thumb out, you can also start to get scared.
I said,
you know?
no.
Yeah.
He said, and I said, okay.
So you do it for him, and then it's okay.
Yeah, I was like, hey, you know, when we were at, you know, over at NXT, I kind of sang it a little more solo, but he kind of had like this very aggressive thing going on. So I was like, what do you think? You know, solo or like solo? And he was like, so I was like, okay, solo.
Okay.
So that, yeah. Drew McIntyre, we talk a lot about the timing of his, and, you know, he talks to me about his, but for the most part, I just go for it. And luckily nobody has been offended. Yeah, everybody's been good. But I do like to ask for feedback, and I say, do you like that? Piper gave me an idea a couple weeks ago, which was great. Obviously we got Nia Jax back. So I'm already, she played her song for me. She's like, this is what my song, you know, this is what I got going on. So always trying to make it fit the vibe. I always get it from their essence anyway.
What if it's a legend? And you've never introduced them before, and they're coming out and they've been introduced by every other ring announcer their whole career, and now it's up to you.
Okay, so I've had a few. The first one that pops to my mind is Edge, the Rated R Superstar, because that was such an iconic announcement from Tony Chimmel. Everybody knows that. And I would never want to like jack that announcement or copy it, but you always want to like still capture the essence. I got to announce him at Clash at the Castle. That's actually the only time I think that I've announced him.
Wow.
And it was crazy. But I said, I'm going to go for something different. I'm just going to go for what I interpret him as what we know now. Edge, he's returned. We never thought we would see Edge again, and now he's just killing it. Who is Edge right now? And it was the Rated R Superstar, and it just
jacked up here.
And it
Come
just
on.
happened, and he liked it, and that meant everything to me. And he came up to me like I saw him a couple months after that. He was like, "Hey, I've been meaning to tell you, I really liked what you did. He's like, superstar," and I was like, "Okay, good." He liked it. So him, Shawn Michaels, I got to announce Shawn, and I just basically said it the way I probably would have said it when I was 7. I was like, Shawn Michaels. Triple H, I just, whatever they make me feel. And I do take a lot from Howard. If it's an older announcement or something, I take a lot from him because I still want that nostalgia, like a ring of nostalgia to be there for the people who know.
Like in what way? What would you say that you borrow from Howard?
Like so always when I say disqualification, I just always like kind of copy that. I announced Bret Hart, and I wanted to keep it very clipped, Hitman Hart, so
that's good.
I took that. Kurt Angle, there's some that you just, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, so there's some of them I just like to kind of keep it how I remember them being.
But how do you decide if it's going to have a classic feel like that, or if you're going to put a little like growl behind it?
Ooh. Oh, I don't even know. It's just what feels right. Honestly, It's like whatever feels right.
Because there's some you put a little growl behind.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah.
Okay, I'm trying to tone down. I'm trying to pick and choose with the growl. Because as a singer, that happens. You get in shows. I've done Michael Jackson shows. I've played Tina Turner, and you just get into this. You going. Everything's like this, and then you kind of have to say, "All right, calm down." So sometimes you do it, sometimes you don't. I'm trying to sing a little bit more through my announcements. That's been my goal the last few weeks, is to sing through them a little bit more.
Give us an example of one of those.
So, who can I? Oh no, I can't even think of anybody. Oh, yesterday, Tommaso Ciampa. So at the top, I went, Tommaso, and then I was like, Tommaso. There's a difference if you chant, I'm not really warmed up, but.
Wait, is there a warm-up process?
Oh yeah. So now that I'm old, I didn't even know. I have done so many shows.
I'm old.
Now that I'm older, I am definitely seeing and just the traveling and what this actually is vocally is just it's a lot. So now I do see the benefits of doing the right thing, warming up, drinking some tea.
So how long's the warm-up process?
I try to do 15 minminutes to a half an hour. And I just do singing
vocal
warm-ups.
exercises?
Yeah, singing warm-ups.
So it's like.
Yep. Yep. That was beautiful.
Thank you. That was my scale. Yeah.
You have a gorgeous voice. You shouldn't have let me hear that.
You are such a great liar.
Oh.
Is it like the Ron Burgundy vocal exercises?
Well, I do try to throw in a little Rey Mysterio rented a Rolls Royce.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You got to see my TikTok with the Karrion Kross considered his credit score. Yeah.
I was thinking of the arsonist had oddly shaped feet.
Yeah.
The Human Torch was denied a bank loan.
Yeah.
So good.
And he's a flautist. Big inspiration.
Oh, that's true.
I actually didn't watch that movie until last year because I was butthurt.
About what?
Because I was in high school when it came out, and I was in the marching band, and everybody was like, "Oh, Yaz flute," and I was like, "No, it's a serious thing."
It is the Yaz flute.
Now I'm like, "Yeah, Yaz flute." I'm with it now.
Jogging or yogging? I don't know.
Yeah. It's hilarious. Christina Applegate. So, okay, it is so much pressure, but hey, I have a theater background, so we have a lot going on. Like to get the people up on the screen as well.
When they told you you had to not only say all the names and weights and hometowns, but had to memorize them all, where does that process begin?
That's okay. That process is whack. Okay. It is so much pressure. But hey, I have a theater background. So memorization has always kind of been my thing. It's the hardest part, but it is something that I'm used to, doing shows and having lines and all that kind of stuff. Doing auditions for jobs that you never get. I've learned a lot of lines.
So were you literally sitting there with a piece of paper like, okay, yep, uh-huh, okay, the next one, uh-huh, okay?
I had little flashcards when I first started. Like I had the superstar and then on the back, everything that I needed to know. And that was kind of how I did it when I first started. Wow. But then it's like, I'm saying these every week. Yeah. So now I know everybody now and I know where they're from, and I know how much they weigh.
Can I put you on the spot right now? If I throw out a name?
Oh, no. As long as, go ahead. I think I'll be okay.
I'll try to think of specifically just Raw. You were on SmackDown for a long time.
Yeah.
How about Cody Rhodes?
Atlanta, Georgia, 222 pounds. The American Nightmare.
L.A. Knight.
Oh, this one, he went off on me because I actually said his hometown wrong. But now we bill him from Los Angeles, California. 240 pounds.
What about Ricochet, the new Irish wrestler? Yeah, Irish wrestler.
Las Vegas, Nevada, 207. He's originally from Paducah, though, but they did recently change that. Ricochet.
Do fans say that to him all the time?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they say it all the time. And they say it to me, too. They're like, can Ricochet fight? I'm like, oh, my goodness.
What about Natty?
Natty, Calgary, Alberta, Canada.
Oh, yeah, that's right. There's no weights.
There's no weights, just fine.
What about John Cena?
John Cena, from West Newbury, Massachusetts, weighing in at, I don't know. I've never announced him
I think he's 246.
Really? Oh, wait, no, I have announced him in a match, haven't I? From West Newbury, Massachusetts, weighing in at 200 and I don't remember.
251?
That might be it. 251 pounds. 51. One time I announced John Cena.
And there it is.
Thank you. Oh, no. Now I'm definitely canceled with John Cena. I'm so sorry.
AJ Styles.
AJ Styles is from... He's from Georgia. Gainesville, Florida. No, Georgia. And I don't know. I'm not sure. He's another one that I don't think I've done.
218. Wow.
218. Okay. Yeah, he's another one that I haven't done that much.
How about Charlotte?
Charlotte. She's the Queen City.
Easy.
Yep.
I saw that John Cena was announced the other day as the greatest of all time.
Yes, like, that's a new note.
All
and
right.
when he said it, Mike Rome announced him, and then he looked over at Rome, and we were like, "Yep, you're the GOAT."
What are the names you love to say?
I love to say Apollo Crews. I love Apollos. Apollo is just so fun. Now I'm starting to really love the Judgment Day. I'm getting into that. I'll always love the Bloodline. That's always my answer. I absolutely loved announcing the Bloodline. It turned into like a Eazy-E moment for me. Like it was just like, all right, we going. Like it was so much fun at that time.
Back to our game, Roman Reigns.
See, I feel like I don't know. Now I feel like
come on.
Oh, I know Roman, but I feel bad about John and AJ Styles. Just so you know, I'm going to think about that all night and I'm going to feel terrible. And then I'm going to see them and I'm going to say, hey, I'm so sorry about
It's okay.
When I didn't know. But Pensacola, Florida, 265 pounds. He is the undisputed WWE Universal Champion. No. That one is crazy. That's my craziest announcement, hands down.
What about the Usos?
The Usos, I mean, they've just been the champs, but now they're separated. So we have main event Jey Uso, he's on the right show. San Francisco, California, 242 pounds. Main event.
People love the way you announce Gunther.
Oh, good.
And it's the way that, like, you say his name the way that he says his name.
Good.
And it's funny because when I talk to him, like, do you get offended when people call you Gunther? Because it's not, the exact pronunciation. Oh, it doesn't matter to me. We actually talked about your announcement.
Oh,
He
good.
was like, I loved it. Like, she makes it like a real moment.
I was very happy to hear that because, he's not easy to read. So I'm glad he likes it.
Ooh. Yeah, because
You
he
know?
doesn't show a lot of emotion.
No.
Is that-
he just kind of is like,
Does he smile ever?
I'm sure when he's like tormenting somebody or he gets a real good chop in, maybe he smiles a little.
I loved seeing you be a little bit of the focus at SummerSlam between Logan Paul and Ricochet. Logan Paul, by the way, not a very nice man when he's a wrestler.
Yeah, he's focused on himself. So
But that was cool that that we acknowledged that you and Ricochet are engaged, that you guys are a thing.
yeah.
And now this exists in the work world of, where you guys both are employed.
Yes, it is. Yeah, it's very nice, and it's nice to let the fans.
Goals, we love goal. We love talking about goals.
I already see who I am, so it's hard to talk about it because I don't know how to list it out. Just like I didn't know that I would be in the West End, and then I'd be on America's Got Talent, and then I'd be on I Can See Your Voice, and then I'd be in Australia and Malaysia and New Zealand and Japan and all over the UK and Sweden and Germany. I couldn't have told you when I was 20, these are all the things, but I knew that they would happen. Just like I always dreamed and hoped I would get to WWE. So my dream now, just like John Cena and Batista and The Rock have gone off into Hollywood and done amazing for themselves, I would like to do the same in music. I'd like to make music and always be a WWE person, but to continue to help to bring WWE as, in the forefront of entertainment as possible.
So that means that at some point in the next few years, we could hear an album from you?
Maybe even sooner. I have music out too. So if anybody, just wants to kick it with me, follow me. I'm always singing. I'll never stop singing.
What do you sing along to in the car? On the drive over here, what were you singing along to?
I don't really sing in the car like
Oh,
that. I
just
don't sing along to anything.
The rest of us do.
I think people always try to get me to do karaoke and stuff. It's like when singing is your job, that's not like fun. Karaoke's not fun.
Do you feel like if you did karaoke, you'd just be showing off a little bit?
That's why I don't like it.
Yeah, like you'd have to bring it down a few levels.
Yeah.
Like if we went to play golf with like some professional golfer, they'd be like, well, I guess I'll hit just par today.
I guess I might sound a little like, no, I'll just keep it real. Like, no, I don't want to sing karaoke. I don't, because I'm like, I feel, I don't. I think the point of karaoke is like, wow, this is something I never get to do. Like, I'm going to get up with my friends and I'm going to sing and I'm going to but this is something that I always have to do. And I'm nervous every time I do it and I get paid to do it. And
that's a great point. Karaoke is for most people like getting over a fear.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to drink 5 beers and then get up there and
I'm going to sing
Meatloaf. Journey. Yeah. Yeah. Meatloaf, whatever.
Those are good ones.
Yeah. Well, those are great. Those are great songs.
Can you
karaoke.
cut out the AJ Styles part? Is that done? Like, is that in it?
It's okay.
Yeah, but he actually gave me some really good feedback too. And I don't want him to take it back.
What did he say?
He said that I was doing a great job with the announcements. And he said he was watching them on social media and he liked how into it I was getting in it and how it hypes everything up.
Well, he's not wrong.
Yeah, but now he might see me and be like, you don't know where I'm from?
You think AJ Styles is watching this? Wow.
Do you not, y'all?
What's up, AJ?
All y'all gonna be tagging him.
You.
See, that's the problem. It's all the people gonna be tagging him, trying to send it to him. Talking about she don't know where you're from.
That's not true. That's not true.
Which I didn't.
That's not true.
I would have had to look at that's the thing. I have a whole little book. People ask me all the time what's in my book, but in there I have stats, I have match rules, I have the card, and I have cough drops and tea bags and all kinds of stuff. So whenever it's someone that I don't have, I don't think I've ever been on the same show as AJ.
And there it is.
Yeah, but I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna call Ricochet on the way home, and I'm like, it was good. I'm not gonna remember any of the funny or good stuff that I said. I'm only gonna remember that, and I'm gonna call him, and I'm gonna be like, oh my god.
Nobody is even thinking about that.
Now they are.
That's not true. It's not even one comment about this. Everyone's going, wow, Samantha's awesome. I love her announcement. She's so good.
That makes me happy.
I love everybody. Not a single one.
Yeah, I don't ever get no shade or hate. It's all love.
There is, and you know this, the WWE universe is not very forgiving.
Yep.
And when you're a new person there, they either immediately love you or they immediately think something else about you.
Yep.
You ingratiated yourself to the fans so quickly. Do you remember there was a moment where you were like, okay, I think people like, they like me?
Oh man, I probably the TikTok stuff. When I started posting on TikTok and I got to like really see how people were responding to it, I was like, okay, because you do a show and then you have a lot of tweets. So I always liked reading through my tweets and talking to the fans. I still be talking back with people all the time. But I think that the TikTok era for me.
Sure.
So like the end of my SmackDown run, I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm like a part of this. Like people are saying they look forward to, hearing their favorite announcement.
Yeah.
So that's like the goal. You just want to contribute something. Like I love this. I love this. So you want to contribute something and have it be something that this is all precious to us. And that's why the fans are like the way they are. I don't even mind when I get the hate because I deserve it.
Oh, no. What are you talking about?
Hear me out. Because it doesn't upset me because I have been that person. I've never once in my life tweeted someone like, oh, I hated this movie that you were in. Blah. Like I've never done that. Yeah. But as a fan, you think stuff. You're watching and you're like, oh, I used to dog my brothers all the time.
There's a difference between saying that with your friends or family when you're sitting there watching the TV. There's another thing about putting it out on a public forum.
Right. I don't think that that's right. Obviously, people should be more positive, but I still will respond and engage. And sometimes I've had people say, you know what? You're right, Sam. I don't need to be so mean about it.
Or they're like, oh, wow, I didn't actually think you'd see this. I'm so sorry.
People say that all the time. They're like, oh my God, I didn't think you'd respond. I'm like, well, it's me. I'm on the plane. I'm like, yeah, let me talk to the fan because I'm a fan.
Yeah.
I'm a fan. That's the same Twitter account that I've been talking about wrestling the whole time.
Samantha the Bomb.
Samantha the Bomb. So you can scroll back,
All right. That is Samantha Irvin interview with Chris Van Fleet. You heard a little bit more about her. You heard how Samantha says she has an old soul. She listens to old school music like Diana Ross and Michael Jackson. Says she listens to Temptation, Beatles, and even says she listens to Eazy-E. I didn't know she listened to Eazy-E. Also, she said that she has intentions on going back to the music industry. She still wants to be involved with WWE first, but wants to says she has music out now. Says she'll always make music, which is interesting about her. And also with Samantha Irvin, she also said that she wants to do, she just wants to, it seemed like she wants to eventually, and I said this to myself before, she wants to eventually leave WWE at some point after she gains a fan base like she has now. And she said that it's, she don't do karaoke. And she said too that she doesn't seem like she never gave it that she was an athlete, that she tried out, said she was trying to even get the girls to boycott, joke around saying they want to stop wrestling, stop wrestling the trials so much and in the trials early for a particular day. So other than that though, this Samantha Irvin question is she gonna leave WWE? Some parts says show she's not leaving, and some parts that say she may be leaving. Who knows? She may be leaving with Ricochet, possibly. So it all depends what's the next move gonna be. Let's see what you guys had to say about Samantha Irvin. His interviews in there. Okay, the Chase. Okay, said Ricochet can't hack it. Adios, Baldy. Carl Meyer said Ricochet gonna try to get her leave WWE with them. Possibility. W Go Fam said cool. Roman Reigns the GOAT. All right, Roman Reigns is the GOAT. He up there. That's the tribal chief. Yep, and everybody gotta acknowledge the tribal chief. Gotta acknowledge what he's done. And that's to acknowledge him because he is tribal chief. Definitely the tribal chief. So what that is, we gotta give him a tribal chief. Where you at? Where you at? Acknowledgement. He's on the reign. Yeah, definitely. Let's see what else you guys had to say. All right. What she know about Easy E? Yeah, that's what I was saying too. Figure 4 TV said dude definitely left it in there. Tryout said I smashed tall back. He said airhead maybe though she's good at her job. Yeah, the Samantha Irvin definitely very good announcer. One of the best to ever do it. I would say so, since Lynn Garcia, Tony, Howard Finkel, Tony Chemmel, all of them. But like I said, it depends. It remains to be seen if she's going to stay or she's going to walk. Because we know Samantha, she's good at what she does. She has a good voice. I give her that too. Like I said, started NXT, got to where she's at. She had a moment she was upset. Who knows? Maybe she's mad over the mistreatment of Ricochet. Maybe she's mad like this on screen. This caused her to leave. But she does have a good voice, though.
Likes to push my buttons. This is the first time that I've seen him since SummerSlam, so I thought it was kind of inevitable that he...
Yes. Samantha, good backstage talker, good announcer when she announced WrestleMania. So yeah, definitely. Samantha's good. She's amazing, and I think she's one of the best. She's the best announcer right now. So that remains to be seen. Will she stay or will she go? Is she out with Ricochet or does she stay? That's the main question. You guys let me know in the live chat and also on the playback. Will Samantha leave WWE with her fiance? Will she leave with Ricochet or is she staying? That's the question about it. So definitely something to look forward to. Soon, two videos will pop up. One will be, will Samantha stay with WWE or leave WWE? Why Natalia, the true BOAT, best of all time. Also other videos from Pink Square Circle, women's title match review. Next video, WWE NXT Battleground 2024 women's division. Thank you all for coming out. I appreciate it. Like I said, I will talk about Ricochet as well. That's the main topic of will he leave. I just want to focus on Samantha Irvin because that is Ricochet's fiance. So she was also involved in that angle where Ricochet was taken out by Braun Breaker. So could it be a permanent break? They leave forever, or this is just a vacation? They do a contract negotiations and we both see Samantha and Ricochet again. Who knows? Only time will tell. Thank you all again. Keep the notification bell on, like, subscribe to know when I'm going live. Until then, it is OUT.